Hey friends, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another fun snack I've never made before. We're going to be making homemade Cheez-Its. I'm doing this for the first time with you guys. I like to just try things with you, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I'm just excited to share the process with you, and I'm going to learn right along the right side with you. I'm sitting over at my table again because it's just a cloudy day here. And just want to enjoy some of the light from my windows. My kitchen doesn't have windows, so it makes it really hard to record over there. Everything's yellow from my overhead light, so I'm going to try to record over here more when I can because I love the natural light. But grateful you're here, and let's get started on this making Cheez-Its process. First thing it's going to ask us to do is to shred 8 ounces, which this is a huge block from Sam's Club, which is like 2 2/3 cups of shredded extra sharp cheese. That's what I'm just using, what I have. I'm gonna measure this out into this measuring cup, and then yeah, we'll just go from there because I don't know how much of this I will need. It's 2 pounds, so it's probably like 4 blocks, so I could probably cut a quarter of this and it would be fine, but I'm just gonna see what it does. So I'm gonna get this all shredded up. All right, so I got my cheese measured out. It's more than I needed, as I figured it would be, but I'm gonna get this put away, and then we're gonna get our, we need a 1/4 cup of cold diced butter. So I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna clean this up, and then I'm gonna get my butter ready. All right, so I'm gonna take this 1/2 stick of butter because it's a 1/4 cup, and I'm going to get this diced. It says cold and diced, so that's what I'm gonna do. This is a very simple recipe. It's just, let's see, it's cheese, flour, salt, butter, and ice water. And literally that's it. And you can do this in a food processor, which is, I'm gonna do that with my Ninja blender. And I'm just gonna hope it works out because that's what I'm gonna use. But I'm just gonna get this diced into, it doesn't say how big, it just is diced. So I'm gonna do little cubes about that size, teeny tiny. And then I'm gonna get the rest of my ingredients and get it all put into my blender. Okay, so into this blender, you put your cheese, your flour, and salt. So I'm gonna put the cheese in here. Like I said, this isn't a food processor because I do not own one, but I think this will work just fine. Cheese, 1 cup of flour, so that's 2 2/3 cup of cheese, 1 cup of flour, like that. And then you need 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, which I'm not gonna measure because you know me. It's 1/4 teaspoon. I'm just gonna go pinch, 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 pinch. And then you pulse this until it says it's crumbly. So that's what we shall do. All right, now we're gonna pulse this till it's crumbly. So I'm just gonna hit pulse on my blender and just keep doing that. That's good enough for me. Now it says to add in the butter. So I'm gonna take off my lid and add in the butter. And once again, you pulse till crumbly, it says. And then you pulse in the water until it comes together. So first things first, we're gonna get the butter like mixed in, and then that's what we'll do with we'll do that with the water. shake it around a little bit. That looks good. And then you take your water, which is 2 tablespoons of ice water, and you mix that in until the dough starts to come together. I'm just reading the instructions as I talk to you guys. So I have this little nifty, can't really see, I have this nifty little opening right here that I'm gonna pour my water into. And I'm just gonna turn it and get the 2 tablespoons of ice water in. And a little extra because I just spilled some. Like this. And then do it again. I'm just gonna pulse until it comes together. So it says to take this out and just form it into a ball. And then I'm gonna cover it in plastic wrap and get it in the fridge for 1 hour. That's probably the hardest part. It says just to form this into a ball. That's so cool. It smells really good. That's a good smell. So I'm just gonna get this done and get this all put into a ball. It did make a nice dough, and sorry you can hear my children because they're heathen. No, I'm kidding. No, my boys are good. They're playing a new game as usual. It's what they do when I record. So I'm gonna get this guy wrapped up, put in the fridge for 1 whole hour. And then I'll show you the cutting process. Look how pretty. Oh, my camera never wants to zoom. There you go, beautiful. Very excited about this. All right, so the next step, our dough has been chilling for 1 hour. The next step is to flour this parchment paper. It says to put the parchment paper down big enough to fit your pan, which I did. I measured it. And then you just flour this. And then this dough is going to make 2 sheet pans. So I'm just gonna take this and kind of split it in half and then roll it out. And then we need to cut it up and poke holes, and it bakes for 12 to 15 minutes at 350 degrees. So first things first, I'm gonna get this off, put the plastic back there, kind of just break it in half. Feels like Play-Doh. So weird. That's okay. I'm just gonna take it, smooth out my stuff here, stand up and roll. You need a skewer to make holes at the end or in the middle of your little crackers once it's rolled out. How thin? 9 by 11. So it's pretty thin. Okay, so that was a pain, but that's okay. I'm just gonna cut this. I do not care if these edges are pretty. I'm just gonna cut into like what I think it should look like, the size. Oh, and these aren't gonna be perfect. Not even close, but this dough smells really good, and I think they're gonna bake up just fine. So I'm gonna start these, like I said, 350. I'm gonna bake them for 12 minutes and see if that, worked out. And then like these extra end pieces, I might just try to roll into another batch. It says to leave these all close together like this because I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. You're gonna move this whole sheet up onto your baking sheet, and then you move them around. It'll be easier that way because it's all in the middle. Then you don't have to worry about, Try to cut this edge off too. right, then you take the, see if I can zoom in even more. You take the skewer and just do a little hole like that, if you can see it. It's not gonna focus as usual. There you go. That's what I'm gonna do to all these little crackers. All right, now that that's done, we're gonna get this whole piece put on a baking sheet, get it put in the oven, and then I'll work on the next set. I'll show you guys what that looks like when it's, I'll show you what this looks like when it's done. I'm excited to see these baked up. I'm hoping they turn out as good as they look in the picture. I just took all my excess dough from the ragged edges and put them back on my pile of dough. So I'm gonna get these put in the oven on a baking sheet for 12 minutes. I figured I would show you real quick. These need spread out. So I'm just gonna take them and kind of just move them around my pan. Just so they're not touching anymore. Just like that. And then we'll get these in the oven. I need to start wadding up my parchment paper. I saw that on, I forget whose channel it was. They wad up their parchment paper before they put it on the pan so it sticks to the pan or fits in the pan better. I never remember to do that, ever. And I need to start remembering to do that. All right, there you go. I'm gonna go put these in the oven now. 12 to 15 minutes. Check them after 12, and then we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know the time for my oven. Are you guys ready? I wanted to show you when they came right out of the oven. Look at their little poofiness. They're so poofed. Okay, I did do 15 minutes. Let's see if I can zoom in on them. Oh, they're so, knock my camera down. They look so good. They smell insane. They're just I'm sure the longer they sit, the harder they'll get. I'm just tasting one. Really good. Those are good. Let me look at the recipe real quick. I want to see how long these are supposed to sit. Because I think, like I said, the longer they sit, the harder they'll get. And you want, a crispy Cheez-It. All right, so you let these cool. It says let them cool. And that's what I'm going to do. But they're so thick. They puffed up so much, it's actually crazy. Now I get why they want you to roll them so thin. It's roll it a 9 by 11. It's because they puff up so much. That's crazy. That's so cool. But these are the little Cheez-Its. The backside's all golden and beautiful. Perfect. These are good. Really good. They taste good. That's the important thing. My kids aren't that picky about snacky things, but when you think Cheez-It, you want it to have a certain taste. And these are so good. You can tell these aren't made with junk ingredients. They're made with really good ingredients. But yeah, these are our Cheez-Its, everybody. All right, so there's our pan of Cheez-Its. Very excited about this. I hope you guys enjoyed this process. Like I said, I probably did something wrong. It's bound to happen, but these taste really good. The next time I probably would measure them to make sure they're even so they all cook right. But like I said, I think they're cooked perfectly and they're good. Oh, they're getting crunchy as they sit and cool. They're so good, but they're staying poofy, which is awesome. But let me swallow that. I want to thank you for being here today. I get nervous about doing these videos. I don't know why, but it's fun. It's so much fun to share with you guys. I like to share, like I said, the good, the bad, the ugly when we try new things. And I like you guys to be there for the first time I make things. So I hope you loved this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I would love to have you be part of our Everson Road family. And we'll see you next time, friends. Bye.